Air Force First Lieutenant Michael Joseph Blassie was one of more than 58,000 Americans to die during the Vietnam War. His long journey home and the special role he played in America's memory of that war make his story unique. Blassie, the oldest of 5 children, grew up in St. Louis before attending the Air Force Academy, where he graduated in 1970. The following year, he deployed to Vietnam. In May 1972, while flying his 132nd combat mission, the 24-year-old pilot was shot down, his A-37 Dragonfly exploding upon impact in the jungle near An Loc. Blassie died instantly, but his remains were not recovered due to enemy troops in the area. 5 months later, a South Vietnamese patrol discovered partial skeletal remains along with Blassie's ID card, wallet, dog tags, and other items that were turned over to the U.S. military. Using analysis methods later determined to be questionable, the results came back with a height, age, and blood type different than Blassie's. This led the military to designate the remains as unknown and label them X-26. Even before U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War ended in 1973, pressure mounted from veterans groups and the public to inter an unknown KIA from the Vietnam War at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery. There the remains would lie, as the words carved on the tomb state, "In honored glory," alongside the unknown remains of service members from World War I, World War II, and the Korean War. In 1984, President Reagan ordered the Defense Department to provide a Vietnam unknown to be interred at Arlington National Cemetery. The X-26 remains, Blassie's, were the ones selected for this honor. The President, First Lady, and thousands of Vietnam veterans were among those to pay their respect as the Vietnam unknown lay in state in the U.S. Capitol. An Army caisson carried his casket from the Capitol to Arlington National Cemetery on Memorial Day, 1984. The X-26 remains lay in the tomb for 14 years. During that time, a growing chorus of investigative reporters asserted the remains were probably those of Michael Blassie. At the request of his family, the tomb was opened again in 1998 and the remains subjected to previously unavailable mitochondrial DNA testing. On June 30, 1998, the Department of Defense announced they were indeed Blassie's. The following month, at the family's request, Air Force First Lieutenant Michael Joseph Blassie was reinterred at Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery in his hometown of St. Louis. The identification of Blassie's remains and his interment in VA's Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery brought closure to one family and offers hope to others still waiting on the recovery of their loved ones. The Vietnam crypt at the Tomb of the Unknowns now sits empty and has been turned into a memorial honoring all U.S. service members recorded as missing in the Vietnam War. Michael Blassie's gravesite at Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery is object number 53 in the History of VA in 100 Objects virtual exhibit. To learn more about the 100 Objects project, please visit the VA History website.